President Joe Biden saw firsthand the striking devastation in two Kentucky towns rendered unrecognizable by deadly tornadoes as he offered prayers and comfort Wednesday to residents left homeless with their lives uprooted. AP's Jennifer King reports.
President Biden has been seeing firsthand the devastating storm damage in Kentucky.
I'm here to listen.
From a helicopter, he viewed neighborhoods in the town of Mayfield, pockmarked by piles of debris and homes without roofs.
As you fly over here, as I've done in the past, I've not seen this this much damage from a tornado. You think, but for the grace of God, why was I not 100 yards outside that line?
The president met with local officials at an airport briefing and said federal aid would continue to flow.
There's no red tornadoes or blue tornadoes. There's no red states or blue states when this stuff starts to happen.
More than 30 tornadoes tore through 8 states over the weekend, killing at least 88 people. Thousands of residents have lost their homes or are without utilities. I'm Jennifer King.
With inflation in the United States surging, the Federal Reserve is pulling back its support for the economy at a quicker pace. AP's Ben Thomas reports.
In an abrupt policy shift, the Fed announced it will shrink its monthly bond purchases at twice the pace it previously announced, likely ending them in March. The bond purchases were intended to hold down long-term interest rates, but the Fed says they're no longer needed, with unemployment falling and inflation at a near 40-year high. That accelerated timetable puts the Fed on a path to start raising interest rates in the first half of next year. And the Fed's new forecast suggests the central bank will raise its benchmark short-term rate, now pinned near zero, 3 times next year, up from just 1 rate hike projected in September. Ben Thomas, Washington.
Former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin has pleaded guilty to federal charges of violating George Floyd's civil rights. AP's Ed Donahue reports.
Derek Chauvin averted a trial by pleading guilty to charges he violated Floyd's civil rights. He's already been convicted on state murder and manslaughter charges for pinning his knee to George Floyd's neck last year. Rodney Floyd is Floyd's brother.
I'm still feeling the same pain, anger I felt in the beginning because he could have did this last year.
The guilty plea likely extends Chauvin's time served in prison.
We came here just like we did before. We just wanted accountability because we can never have justice because we can never get George back.
3 other former officers were indicted on federal charges alongside Chauvin. A trial is expected early next year. I'm Ed Donahue.
The UN's nuclear watchdog says Iran will allow new cameras at a key nuclear site. AP's Charles de Ledesma reports.
The International Atomic Energy Agency and Iran have reached a deal to reinstall cameras damaged at a site that manufactures centrifuge parts. However, inspectors remain limited on what footage they can access there. The agreement will see cameras put back at Karaj, which came under what Iran describes as a sabotage attack in June. Iran since has refused IAEA teams access to replace cameras damaged in the incident, part of an ongoing hardline tack taken by Tehran at negotiations over its tattered 2015 nuclear deal with world powers. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
The new Omicron coronavirus mutant spreading around the world might bring another wave of chaos, strengthening to further stretch hospital workers already struggling with a surge of Delta cases and upend holiday plans for the second year in a row. At a news conference, President Biden's chief medical advisor, Dr. Anthony Fauci, said the Omicron variant of the coronavirus undoubtedly compromises the effectiveness of the current vaccines, but not entirely.
The effectiveness against hospitalization, which is critical, still maintains a 70% effectiveness. Obviously, this is significantly down, but there is the maintaining of a degree of protection against hospitalization.
The White House insisted there is no need for a lockdown because vaccines are widely available and appear to offer protection against the worst consequences of the virus. However, even if Omicron proves milder on the whole than Delta, it might disarm some of the life-saving tools available and put immune-compromised and elderly people at particular risk as it begins a rapid assault on the United States.
Hi, thank you for watching. I hope the videos are useful for you. Please subscribe to my channel using the button below.